Now, my lay understanding is that physics can go very close to all the way back. I mean, to a fraction of a second after that, but it kind of all breaks down
Yes.
when you get to the very beginning. Is that right?
Yes. So the astonishing thing about the universe is that our, poor little human minds can actually make sense of it. It's completely insane. The scale of the universe that we're observing is 10 trillion times the size of the solar system. The equations that we're using were established by checking mathematical theory against experiments on Earth, largely on Earth or within the solar system. We're now extrapolating those equations to scales 10 trillion times larger. And what do you know? They work like a charm. So I was involved in calculations of the polarization of the background radiation in the 90s, and I went to experimentalists and I said, can you measure this? This is what is predicted by the basic theory. And they said, this is impossible to measure. It's way beyond anything we could ever do. And 10 years later, they were measuring it routinely. Okay, so that's the history of the field, is that these mathematical ideas and theories, sooner or later, the experimental technology exists to check the theories, and then we discover what's really going on.
But don't we want to get back to that first moment? I mean, isn't that the thing that we're all fascinated by? And can science actually tell us anything about what we commonly call the Big Bang?
If anyone told you, 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, that we might have an experiment that would take us back to a billionth of a billionth of a billionth of a thousandth of a second after the Big Bang, everyone would have laughed. And yet that is exactly what this bicep experiment was claiming to do, and it still may be possible. So I don't think we know. What we've learned is that the human mind has this incredible capacity to understand nature. We don't know why we're able to do it, but we know it's profoundly important. And who's to say we won't solve the question of what happened at the Big Bang?